Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. My name is Heiko, and as you can tell, Heiko needs a shave. And got some new decoration in the background. Here, let me show you real quick. So Everready is one of those old American companies that used to make shaving equipment, brushes, safety razors, and that kind of stuff. And this one here is like a $20 replica of a vintage clock that apparently people had hanging in their barbershops. I found some originals that are listed on some online antique stores. They go for thousands of dollars. This one was 20 bucks. It's made out of plastic. It's some sort of Chinese clone, whatever, reproduction. And I thought, change the background a little bit. And now you guys can always tell what time of day it is. So it's obviously bright out and it's 2. So looks like it's 2 p.m., right? 2 p.m. shave. I want to leave the house soon and I want to get off the stubbles. And I've looked around here in the part of the shaving collection that I have that's always on display while I'm shaving. And I realized there are so many razors here that I haven't used in so long that I kind of want to go around the room over the next few months and just shave with some random razor. So here next to me that you can't see is still another little storage area where I have the Parker variant open comb and the Merkur Progress. The Merkur Progress is probably one of the most well-known, most prolific adjustable safety razors that have ever been invented. This thing has been around since 1955 roughly, don't quote me on this, and it's been in production ever since. And so you can still buy a brand new, this is relatively new, Merkur Progress. This is the short handle version. They also have a long handle version. There are people that make other knobs down here. This is plastic, so you can get a brass or a stainless steel knob. You can also buy Yachi clones of it. It's right here. I think it's called a Avanti, if I'm not completely mistaken. Fairly similar in appearance and function as well. This is stainless steel, by the way. And then there's also Parker. And Parker is an Indian company. They have been making razors also for a long time, I think since the 70s. And they have picked up the design of the Merkur Progress and have put on their own spin, different handle. It's knurled. The adjustment is the same. The adjustment mechanism works the same. Still has the alignment engraving here. But what they have made is this open comb, and Merkur has never made an open comb of the Progress, at least not to this point. I also have complained before that Merkur doesn't really make any stainless steel razors, but they do make a few. So you can buy a Merkur 34, now made in stainless steel. They call it Inox or Inox, which is, I think it's a brand name of a type of stainless steel that's used for cutlery, scissors, and that kind of stuff. So it's an industry brand name, kind of like Kleenex. Parker variant, made in India, really affordable. I just looked online. I can find it for $67. By the way, the Merkur Progress is also not super expensive. So if you want a proven, very popular adjustable razor, this one here, I did not look it up, but it's probably like 80 bucks. And it's, let's verify this here. Merkur Progress. I want to make sure we're accurate here in our predictions. So yeah, $79, $80, different places. So around 80 bucks for a fully adjustable razor that has been in production since 1955 or thereabouts. And it works really well. It goes from mild to really aggressive, and it's something for everyone. So Parker, a little cheaper. And it's obviously a clone or a reinterpretation, longer handle, knurled handle, different materials. This one is an open comb, and that's why I like it so much. And we're going to shave with this today. We're going to use a pre-shave stick, which we're going to apply right now. It's made by PAA, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. So let's put some moisture on the skin. Grab this little Travel 2.0 with the charcoal, the bamboo charcoal in it, and just rub it on. Get a little bit everywhere. And then I usually grab a little bit more water and just foam it up a little bit. Kind of like that. You're supposed to first wash your face with it, then rinse off, and then apply it again. I already washed my face previously, so we don't need to do that. What I then want to use today is the Taylor of Old Bond Street German Street Collection shaving cream. It looks a little sad in there. It has dried up a little bit. So if I make the mistake in some of those soap containers to go in there with my brush directly into the container, I kind of ruin it. Nowadays, I usually don't do that. I just rather scoop it out and put it in a shave bowl. But I think the stuff is still usable, so we're just scooping out a little bit here. And now I'm going to put this in the bottom of my $11 or $12 shave bowl from Amazon, which I really like. Has those ripples in there, which help with the lathering process. So we're putting that at the bottom, squish it to the bottom. My little spoon here from shavenation.com, link down below, not affiliate or anything. It's just the right size. And then I throw that in my sink that's already filled with warm water. So we already have the pre-shave applied, the PAA Tube 2.0. Really good stuff, mentholated. Bill sent that to me. I really like this stuff. I have another one, which is the ice tube, I think. This is in one of my toiletry bags when I'm traveling. All right, and then after the fact, we're going to use the aftershave balm, also by Taylor of Old Bond Street, matching with the soap. So let's get started. I haven't picked the brush yet. I always feel like I want to use something different. What's the difference here? What's the different thing that we haven't used in so long? Let's use, how about we use this is an C40 Ever Ready. It's just a handle. I replaced the knot, so I got this brush. Supposedly it was never used in original box and all that, but the knot was just terrible. So I drilled this out, and I actually found out that those handles, nowadays, those handles are all resin and they are solid, and then a knot gets glued into it. This one here is actually multiple plastic pieces just glued together and it's hollow. So when I drilled out the old knot, I then suddenly realized, oh, this is a completely hollow handle. So I had to completely fill this up with epoxy and then glue my knot in there. This is synthetic. I think it's a 20 millimeter. I like the smaller ones just because I don't rub the lather into my nostrils that easily. So I just get it wet. I squeeze most of the water out, and then we're just going to go into my little bowl here. Only thing that is bothering me about my new wall clock by Ever Ready up there is that it's a quartz movement that ticks. I don't know if you ever mentioned that I'm a little bit into watch repair. I've made some videos on watch repairing and all that, but there's so much great content out there on YouTube, and I can't really compete. I'm currently working on an actual Rolex. I'm really excited about that, but I'm also really nervous about it because it's not mine. I can't afford a Rolex, but a friend of mine has a Rolex and he dropped it on tile floor and broke the crystal. And now I'm trying to change the crystal for him so he doesn't have to take it to a Rolex service center that will probably charge him, thousands of dollars to do that. And for a while I did the watch check here. I'm wearing my Helm Vanuatu diving watch again, titanium, nowhere near the price levels of Rolex. But yeah, anyways, so I'm a little bit into watches, and that's why quartz movement that ticks might have to get replaced. There are modern sweeping. So if this would have a second hand, you would have a sweeping second hand and it doesn't tick anymore. So you can have battery powered clocks that absolutely are silent, and I might have to do that. Anyways, we're lathering and it looks really good. And it's a really nice scent. And I always forget, is it sandalwood in here? No, it isn't. What's the scent? I keep forgetting this. Yeah, they don't write it on it. It's not sandalwood. It's some wood. The German Street Collection soap is really nice. And it lathers and it looks good. And let's add a little splash of water so we get it a little shinier. And then we're going to use my Ever Ready brush and transfer some into my face. And you guys know I always do a little bit extra face lathering. So when you guys are into, or if you guys are into shaving with a safety razor, have you ever been to a barber shop and gotten a proper shave from a barber? And how was that? You guys enjoy that? I've never tried it. Most places that I've ever gotten a haircut at are the cheap, sport clips or whatever, and they don't shave. And nowadays I get haircuts from my wife. Speaking of, I need a haircut. It's getting too long, getting out of control. All right, the scent is really nice. The brush works really well, even though I just said I don't usually smear it into my nostrils. Did it anyways. Hate that when that happens. All right, so what I completely forgot to do was put a razor blade into my variant here. Now we're just going to use a previously used Persona Super. I really enjoy those blades. I just put the blade on top of the razor here. Remember, there is a alignment mark on the top cap of this razor here. And you have to get them aligned here on the side, or else the numbers down here on your adjustment knob don't line up. So right now we're sitting right at number 1. I think we're going to go... It goes 1 to 5. Let's go to 5. Let's see what 5 feels like. Parka variant open comb. So, of course, you could turn this knob further and further and further, but then eventually the blade doesn't get pinched anymore. So I would not recommend to go much further than number 5. All right, here we go. Number 5. Feels good. Nice and bladey. Open comby. And the Super by Persona takes this stuff right off. This is probably about 3 days of not shaving. As you can see, it's gone. And I'm not doing much blade buffing here. I'm gentle on the pressure on a setting number 5 here. It is pretty bladey, I gotta say. It is pretty aggressive, and due to the open combness, remember, if you push too hard, your skin springs up in between those little prongs, and then you will nick yourself. Yeah, I got a little nick down there. Didn't even feel it. That was just some extra skin that needed to go, right? Very good. The soap helps. It glides nicely. The razor really stays in your hand. Doesn't matter if you have soap or wet hands. The knurling is pretty good. It's this anodized color scheme here. Brownish, gunmetal grayish. Very nice. For $67. And you get an adjustable open comb. Not very common, by the way. There are not that many open comb adjustables. I have a adjustable Yachi. I mean, I shouldn't say that. There are some open comb adjustables, but just a combination you don't see very often, adjustable and open comb. Yeah, the Super sharp blade. My mustache is the densest section of my beard, and I absolutely have no tugging. It goes right through the stubbles, slices through it. And this is pass 1. And we are pretty much down to, maybe 85%. There's obviously still some stuff left, but we're gonna lather up again. Maybe we make it a little milder. Let's go to, the dot here is really hard to see, but let's put it down to a 3. That's kind of halfway. So we're gonna grab a little bit more here out of my bowl. Load up the brush one more time. I'm always going right over top. I don't rinse off in between. I feel that is a little overdoing it. And really honestly, you are adding soap. There is soap residue already on your skin from the previous pass. And if you leave that on, I think it actually helps. Contrary to washing off and you have dry, or not dry, but clean skin again. And then you're starting all over again. So I rather leave the soap residue on. All right, so here we go. Second pass now at a setting 3. So we did really aggressive on the first pass, going with the grain up here and against the grain down there. And now we're gonna just go across the grain. End of January here in Nevada, and it already feels like spring. We had a little bit of snow some couple of weeks ago, and then nothing ever since. It's been really cold, but now the temperatures have come up and people are already riding motorcycle outside, you know. Very good. Still quite a bit of blade feel at setting 3. And now we're gonna go with a grain on my neck. So opposite direction of what we did earlier. Very good. Yeah, very good razor. Let me just put it down to a 1. I want to verify how mild it feels. So just for funsies, the little section here, I want to see how mild this is. I don't remember, I haven't shaved with this in so long. Oh, this is really mild. So I tell you guys, on the Progress as well here on the Parka variant open comb, it goes from really beginner friendly mild or sensitive skin mild. Some people have really sensitive skin. So this is really sensitive skin compatible to really spicy. So this is a good choice for everyone. You can grow in your skill and you can go up in aggressiveness level. A lot of adjustable razors, they have a flaw. Either they start out too aggressive in setting 1 and then really become unmanageable in the higher settings, or they start out so mild that they barely shave. This one here, on the other hand, it feels like it's still some shaving action. It's a neutral or a negative blade exposure, but as soon as I take it up a notch, you will expose this blade. And it's an open comb. So really good, really good. And let's check the result. Some people would say, oh, you're not clean, you're not clean. I have my reasons, so I explain it to you guys. I tend to get ingrown hair here along my jawline. And so if I shave pretty much below the skin, this will happen. So if I would do a third pass and cut it down to nothing, this is clean, this is smooth. But there is, for some people, they would say, okay, there is too much left and you don't look clean. I would get ingrown hair immediately, and I just can't afford that. I don't want that. It's a pain, and then I can't shave with you guys, can't try out new things. So I do 2 passes, just like you saw, and then that's it. And I'm happy with that, and I'm clean enough for any occasion. I'm happy, and that's kind of the limitations of my skin, I guess. Alrighty, guys, let's rinse off real quick. Soap has really nice residual slickness. Oh, actually, I wanted to make you guys happy. You guys always want to see me use an alum block to find out how irritated my skin is. And I was going to do that today. Here's my alum block, little rubber band around it to hold onto it. Nothing. Nothing. Little bit. As you saw, I nicked myself a little bit. But yeah, good. And now you can let that sit for a second. It sucks together all the little micro injuries that you cause with a sharp razor blade. And then I recommend washing it off. And try not to get it in your mouth. Tastes terrible. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to grab this good here. Good stuff. Very creamy. Maybe this is a little too much. Oh yeah, good scent. Taylor of Old Bond Street on Bond Street in London, established 1854. Herbal aromatics, pure Taylor of Old Bond Street. And they have the little Ascalep staff, or a version of that. That's kind of implying that they make medicinal remedies or things. Maybe they used to make medicine back in the days. Really one of those old traditional companies in England. Did I say in London? It was written on here somewhere. Taylor of Old Bond Street, Block A, Century Business Park, Sword Road, in Century, Dublin. Okay, not London. For whatever reason, I was mistaken. I take it back. But it says made in England. Yeah, in Dublin. Okay. Anyways, I always thought they were in London. So, yeah. Wanted to go around the room and use all those razors that I have sitting here that I haven't used in months and months. And the Parker variant open comb with a Persona Super Blade really did a great job. Feels good. When you stop shaving, let's say you just finished shaving and you feel like, oh, I could do a third pass. You let it sit, your skin relaxes, and suddenly it feels much smoother after a little bit. You know, you're pulling out your stubbles by cutting them, and then it retracts again, so to speak. So my skin feels smooth, clean, BBS. After just 2 passes with this razor. $67, you can't go wrong. I will put some affiliate links down below for the razor and the other things that I used. Affiliate link means I get a finder's fee, so to speak, a commission if someone clicks on the link and buys the product. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and inadvertently you support the channel. I turn the few cents per purchase around and buy some shaving equipment for you guys. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the shave and a little bit of rambling, and I hope you like my new decoration up there, the ticking clock. Now it's almost 2:30 in the afternoon, ready to go, and I hope you guys have an enjoyable rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.